Everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Last one for today, I promise, unless something dramatic happens between now and knock at 5 o'clock this afternoon. What I want to have a look at is what's happening in Germany at the moment. There has been another centre-left German candidate that has been attacked by what appears to be far right. I'm just going to say romper stomper cowards. What's happened is there has been, there was in the thousands of the number of attacks that have been made on German political candidates or German representatives in the last 12 months. The overwhelming majority have been towards the centre-left candidacy. It really reeks of desperation of the right because this is their modus operandi. Cowardly, deceptive, just pitiful, aggressive, emotionally immature action. Sorry if I sound really angry about this, but I am. I'm really angry about this. What's happened is that in the last few days, Matthias Ecke, I'm sure I've pronounced that incorrectly, was beaten by, he's a member of the Greens Party, which is on the left, beaten by 4 men while Matthias was putting up campaign posters. They have arrested the 4 men. They were, or at least some of them, they were aged between 16 and 17, so that really gullible, disenfranchised feeling age, but not old enough to vote yet. And I'm just going to call them romper stomper cowards. If you don't know what romper stomper is, Google it. It's a movie, but it is bootjacking, Nazism, just awful gang type energy. And then Franziska. Oh gosh, I can't read how I've written her surname there. I'm just going to say Franziska. She's centre-left. She was attacked by a 74-year-old, whacked over the head with I assume it was something in a bag that was really quite solid. So Matthias Ecke was hospitalised, or actually both were hospitalised. Matthias Ecke had to undergo surgery. Franziska, she was hospitalised, but she was released with an all clear. Oh my good, really? Really? But you notice that this energy is coming from the far right. It is coming from those that feel locked out, disenfranchised by, I'm going to say, the moneyed. What happens is that it's very much like what was going on in the US and what's going on in Canada. Attempted to go on in Australia, but we told them, go away, get lost. It's the moneyed basically pointing out those that are lesser off and saying they're the ones to blame. Instead of the moneyed, so what they're doing is they're distracting the attention from the fact that it's the moneyed oligarchs and the capitalist leaders that are to blame for those that feel that they're being left out, that they're being left behind, because it is their fault. They're putting out disinformation to say, oh no, it's the immigrants' fault, the ones that have lost absolutely everything and have no home. It's their fault that you're in this situation. So basically it's them feeding it. And I hate to tell you, but this is the truth. This is the truth. This is the harsh truth, the reality of what is happening. This is why this change that we are going through is so important. You have to only look at what's going on in the US, where you've got, someone like Jeff Bezos who's making how many millions of dollars a day, refusing to pay workers a living wage. And refusing to, basically stealing, saying, oh no, it's the immigrant who's picking your watermelons out of in the blazing hot sun in the paddock that are to blame. It's not me, Jeff Bezos, making millions of dollars a day and paying you an absolute pittance. So basically, what's happening is it's this attitude from these echelons are causing, I'm going to call it modern day slavery, where the slave actually has to provide their own food, accommodation, and health care instead of the slave owner having to, they're paying them barely enough to be able to provide it for themselves, if not at all, keeping them entrapped and having to work for these really minimum wages as a form of slavery. I'm just putting it out there. Entertainment only. Yes, I can get opinionated at times. So, okay, using my Gilded Tarot Royale, how is this going to play out in Germany? These attacks by these low gutter snipes. How is it going to play out in regards to the election? And I'm talking the European Union election here. How's it going to play out? Right, Queen of Swords. Prosecutions are coming forward, but it's also a powerful feminine energy bringing forth the truth, and the doves of peace are here as well. So there is, oh gosh, I miss Angela Merkel like you wouldn't believe, but I do understand. She had done what she needed to do, she had done what she could do, and she needed to step aside. I think there is going to be another. Do not be surprised if Franziska steps up, absolutely steps up with this really powerful, truthful message. Okay, challenged by not liking what is on offer or not wanting to accept what's on offer. A disappointment with what's on offer, that's the challenge, an offer being made that somebody doesn't want to take. And it may be Franziska. She may be made an offer to step up into this a particular powerful role that she does not want. We've got here a new start, a new energy being brought forward, a new journey to go on. In the past, is this argy-bargy, drunken hillbilly fighting for the sake of fighting? This is the energy, I'm just going to call them romper-stomper Nazis. They're the Andrew Tates of the world, that sort of energy. The Bannon type energy, but it's going to end up in the past. Oh, I hope so, I hope so, I hope so. But this is what has been going on. Crowning the reading, an articulate orator bringing forward a new message and a new plan for families who feel that they are entrapped, for families who feel like they're entrapped. Now, I know Europe's had inflation. Everywhere in the world has had high inflation as we came out of the COVID pandemic. Some countries had 100% plus inflation. Australia seemed to keep it fairly well under control, but I do realise it's been high inflation, cost of living, all that sort of stuff has made it really difficult for families. So let's see where this goes. But the solution is not to lash out and punish those that are there for the families. But let's see, it's going to appeal to families that feel entrapped, or it may even be going forward, the families that feel entrapped. They feel betrayed, they feel lied to, they feel there's been a win at any cost attitude. Let's see where this goes. Oh, internally, this devil energy. Right, so this devil energy of putting out information because they want to win at any cost, the abuse of their power, the lies, the betrayal, the disinformation. They're playing on families that are suffering from the cost of living. However, hopes and fears. A new plan is coming to fruition. It's almost like a release of pent-up energy. Oh, I hope so. An offer being made. Circles of feminine support. These are emotional cards as well. And then bringing forward this new plan, this new action and it's very much about the rise of the feminine when is the election? I think it's July. And the fading of this toxic masculinity. This new plan is about breaking down old ivory tower structures. There's something really radical that's going to come forward before the election. Really radical. We've got here the female figure surrounded by these swords of truth. It's time to take the blindfold off and let go of these. I mean, this chain is not even tied up. It's literally draped over her hands. The Star of Hope and Healing. New partnerships, new contracts and agreements, as there is a collective awakening that is going to bring a significant ending and downfall of this my way or the highway patriarchal energy. This is actually really huge. So if you're over in Germany, and I know, is it Claudia? I always get her name, the lettering in her name a little bit mixed up. Claudia, is there a female who can move forward in Germany to bring forward a new message? And it is with, I'm keep seeing Angela Merkel. Is it someone who is perhaps being mentored by Angela Merkel or has similar energy to Angela Merkel? Okay, so show me. Because that was Germany for the EU elections. I just feel there's going to be a female figure. How are the German elections going to play out? From the moderate to left point of view. Okay. Big breaths. Right. Walking away from what does not serve. I'm feeling they're going to have a change in direction. There is going to be some messaging emotional messaging that is just not working for them. So they're going to leave it behind and move in a new direction. And it is about unleashing the feminine energy. There's a female, there are these swords around her. Take the blindfold off and step forward. She may currently be restricted by holding on to whatever this is. A lot of anxiety in regards to the German elections themselves, but there's a light being shone on what is going on. And it may be the light being shone on who is causing it. And here we have a powerful new beginning of both practicality but healing. Again, the female circle of support, emotional support, a new plan being brought forward, a new plan in play. Internally, we've got this patriarchal at the moment internally, but there's this new plan being brought forward. Contracts, agreements, alliances, so it may be some of the minor parties, but the outcome, the fading of this masculine and the rise of the feminine. It's going to be a hard message to sell, but I think they can pull it off. I think they can pull it off. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles bringing forward this new beginning, out of left field. It may be an unexpected win, but it is the rise of the feminine energy. This win at any cost. It's something new's coming for it, and it's the rise of the feminine energy. So, okay, I know that's a little bit vague. There is work to happen behind the scenes. I do feel again it's basically unshackle the female, unshackle the women in the party, the Franzikas and those of her ilk. Let them out, let them go, and there will be a surprise outcome, and I think it's going to be for the better. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you want me to have a look any further. Love your questions. Keep them coming. Look after yourselves and stay safe. Love to you.